My name is Ernest Atto Bentel, and from today I'm going to take you through series of ICT lessons called Computing Fundamentals, or you can also call it ICT for beginners. So if you are a person who do not know anything about ICT, this is the right place for you. If you are a student, if you are a teacher, if you are a worker, or anybody at all who is interested in IT, this is the right place for you. You can all bear with me that today we are in ICT world, and one way or the other, everyone encounters an ICT tool at least in a day. So we are going to begin series of lessons from today. And today our first lesson is on Introduction to Computers. Introduction to Computers. So the topic for today is on Introduction to Computers. We are going to begin from the scratch, what really a computer is. And viewers, by the end of this, you will be able to describe what a computer is. Describe what a computer is. 2. Give examples of computers. Give examples of computers. And then 3. Mention the parts of a computer. So viewers, the lesson objectives for today, by the end of the lesson, you'll be able to describe what a computer is. 2. Give some examples of computers. And then 3. Mention the parts of a computer. So viewers, let's begin with the lesson. During a day, you may use your phone to make a call. As you see on the screen there, the man making a call. So I believe that anyone with a mobile phone, during a day, you may use your phone to make a call or receive a call. You may use the phone to listen to music. As you see the gentleman there enjoying music from his phone. So during a day, you may use your phone to listen to music. You may also withdraw cash from an automated teller machine, that is ATM. You may also withdraw cash from an automated teller machine. Normally when you go to the bank, not everyone enters the banking hall to transact business. You can see a small machine fixed on the wall where people can cash out money from that device. And that device is what we call automated teller machine. So during a day, you may use your phone to make a call, listen to music, or use an automated teller machine. But little do we know that we are all using computers. The phone is a computer. The automated teller machine is a computer. But funny enough, you see these people saying, I don't know anything about computers. But we are already into using computers. That is why this lesson is for you, so that at least you will have an in-depth knowledge of some of the devices you are already used to. So if the phone is a computer, when we are making a call, we are using a computer. When we are listening to a music on our phone, we are using a computer. When we access our money through the ATM, we are using a computer. Then viewers, what is a computer? What is really a computer? And that is what we are going to look at now. What is a computer? A computer is an electronic device that accepts data, processes the data, gives out output, and stores the output for immediate or later use. A computer is an electronic device that accepts data, processes the data, gives out output, and stores the output for immediate or later use. So viewers, that is what a computer is. And we are going to break down this definition for you to understand it better. So we are going to take the key words from this definition and then we try to explain it. So we are saying that a computer is an electronic device. A computer is an electronic device. And what is an electronic device? That means that that device that you are using, before that device can get power for you to use, either you plug it into your main socket as you see it on your screen. You have to plug it. Put the plug that comes with that device into your main socket before you can get power for that device to work. Or you have to use a battery or a dry cell as you see on the screen. So before that device called a computer can work, you either have to plug it to the main socket or that device must use a battery before that device can be used. So if we say an electronic device, it means it contains electronic components that uses electricity to work. And you can get that power either from your main socket or through the use of a battery or a dry cell. So on your screen you can see different types of batteries on your screen, different types of batteries. So if you say an electronic device, that means that that device contains electronic components. There is a motherboard, that green board that you see inside electronics or any electronic device, that green board with a lot of ICs on it, that's the motherboard. Any device that uses that, if that device can work, you have to plug it through the main power socket or that device must use a battery. Let's look at the next keyword. A computer accepts input. A computer accepts input. And on your screen you see the keyboard being used to feed data called input into the computer system. So any device that is termed as a computer must accept data. Any device that is classified as a computer must be capable of accepting data. The keyboard you see on your screen is not the only tool that is used to feed data into the computer system. You may have a phone with no keypad, and what do you use? You use the touch screen to feed data into the phone. So if I want to dial a number, I see the keypad on the screen of my phone and I use my hand to touch the numbers. And touching the numbers means that I'm feeding data into the computer system. If I take a calculator and type 2 plus 2, I'm feeding data into that system. So a computer must be able to accept data as input. The raw figures that we give to the computer is what we call data. And the process of putting that data into the computer system is what we call input. So anything I feed into the computer system is called data. And the way I feed that data into the computer system is what we call input. So after being an electronic device, a computer must accept data as what? Input. Let's look at the next keyword. After feeding data to the computer system, the computer must be capable of processing the data. So you see on your screen that processing is going on, processing data. So if I punch 2 plus 2 on my calculator, the computer will process it and then it will give me an answer that is 4. But because calculator is so fast in processing, immediately you press equal to, it gives you the answer, but a processing must go on before you get your results. So after feeding data into the computer system, the computer must process the data. So that is another function of the computer. After feeding in data, the data must be processed. The next one is that after the data is processed, it gives you output, and that output is called information. So we feed data into the computer system, it processes the data, and it gives us output as information. I know there's an exercise going on right now, that is the population and housing census. Those going around taking information from one house to another house, they are taking data. So how many people are in this house? If they meet your father, how many children do you have? What's your date of birth? And the rest of any data that they take. That is what we call data. They are taking data. After that data, they will process the data, and the statistical service will come out with the information that the whole population of Ghana is this figure. They cannot come and then tell us that we went to this town, we went to this house. You will find that information, or that information being given out, meaningless. What we are looking for is how many people are in this town, how many people are in this region, how many people are in the country, and that is what we call data. So data is meaningless. So when data is processed, it comes out as output, as you see on the screen, the printer giving us an output. So an output can be seen on a screen, or it can be printed on a paper or any medium. When you go to the hospital and then you take an x-ray, the camera captures you, and then at the end of the day they will print it on a microfilm for you, and then you see the information. So a computer gives output either on a screen or on a medium, as you see on the paper. And then the next one is that it stores the output for immediate or later use. A computer stores the output for immediate or later use. So as you see on the screen, data is being stored. Data is being stored. And in ICT, there are a lot of storage media that we can keep our data on, like the pen drive. Anyone using a phone, most people will be having a memory card inside that stores data. The phone even comes with its own internal memory for storage. So a computer stores the output for immediate or later use. So viewers, if we say that a device is a computer, it must be able to perform all these functions. So let's go over the definition again, looking at the key words. We are saying a computer is an electronic device that accepts data, processes the data, gives out output, and stores the output for immediate or later use. So when you are asked the functions of a computer accepts data, is a function. A computer processes the data, is a function. A computer gives out output, is a function. A computer stores data or stores output, is a function. So a computer accepts data, processes the data, gives out output, and stores the output for immediate or later use. So viewers, you see that when we say a computer, this is what a computer does. And a computer is not only the ones that you are so familiar with. So if we have defined what a computer is, then viewers, let's look at some of the examples of computers. One, we have a desktop computer. a desktop computer. And this desktop computer got its name from the fact that we placed this computer on a desk. That is why we call it a desktop computer. So a desktop computer will be having a separate system unit. That is the case you see there. The monitor, that is the one that looks like the television. You have the keyboard that in front of the monitor, and then that small device you see there is the mouse. So this is a desktop computer, an example of a computer. We also have a handheld computer, and it's the same as the desktop, but this one, it has been made into a smaller size. And that is what in ICT we call nanotechnology. When we say nanotechnology, nano means something very small. So when we say nanotechnology, we are reducing devices into smaller sizes. And they are even powerful than the bigger ones. So this handheld computer can perform the functions of the desktop. So a handheld computer is an example of a computer. You can also have a laptop computer, We also have a netbook computer, Viewers, if you look on your screen, you will agree with me that a laptop computer and a netbook computer looks the same, isn't it? Yes, they look the same, but there's a slight difference between a laptop computer and a netbook computer. If you look at the laptop computer, you see a small opening by the side of the computer where you see a disk inside. So any computer that is like the laptop, a laptop can also be called a notebook computer. So any computer that looks like this laptop that you see, and you see that that laptop has an opening where you can insert a CD, then that one is a laptop. A laptop comes with an optical drive. The opening that you see with the CD inside is called an optical drive. That drive reads CD, DVD, or Blu-ray disc. So you can put your CD, your DVD, or Blu-ray disc inside your laptop. But when it comes to the netbook computer do not have any optical drive. So that is the difference. A laptop has an optical drive. A netbook computer does not have any optical drive. So that is the difference. So normally netbook computers look smaller than laptops, and laptops are also heavier than netbook computers because of the absence or the presence of the optical drive. So that's the difference. Let's look at further example. We have a tablet computer. I know some of you are familiar or even using a tablet computer. You can use this to send mails, watch movies, listen to music, do so many assignments or tasks. And that is a tablet computer. Let's look at another one similar to the tablet. This one is called a phablet computer. And viewer, what's the difference between a tablet and a phablet? They look the same, but there's a difference. If you take the phablet computer, a phablet computer has all the functions of a tablet computer, but a phablet computer can be used to make calls or receive calls. So if you are using this size of a computer that can accept SIM card that you can use to make call or receive call, that computer is called a phablet. And if you are using the same size of a computer and that cannot be used to make call, it is called a tablet. So a phablet can be used to make a call, and a tablet cannot be used to make a call. That is the difference. Most people are using phablets, but they call it tablets. So let's correct that from today. If you are using a tablet-sized computer that can be used to make a call or receive a call, then that computer is called a phablet computer. So we have a tablet computer and a phablet computer. We also have the smartphone, and I believe you are familiar with this. But before the smartphone came, we were using this land phone. This land phone was very popular. Land phone. And what are some of the disadvantages? You couldn't move it from one place to another. And normally they use physical lines, like the electricity lines that we see outside. So anytime it rains and we are not lucky and trees fall on the lines, we get a break in transmission. So with time, this phone became uncommon. If you can also remember, we had the phone booth from Ghana Telecom. You buy your phone card, you queue in a line, and then you go and make your call. So we were also used to phone booths. Then we also came to the cell phone, and some years back you will see people hanging it on their waist, using their belt to hang it. This also went, and then right now we are using a smartphone, and this smartphone is a computer because you can use it to watch movies, listen to calls, make calls, send emails, send text messages. It can do a whole lot of things for us, just like what a bigger computer can do. So this smartphone, but before this smartphone came, we saw that there have been an improvement over the old ones that we were using. We also have a personal digital assistant, and this one cannot be used to make calls, but it can be used to send mails and do a whole lot of tasks. We also have a video game console, and those who like computer game, and the smaller sizes are the handheld computer game console. So these are all examples of computers. We also have the thermometer. We have the smaller one and the thermometer gun, and this thermometer gun is very common these days because we started experiencing COVID. And thermometer is also an example. So you see that they put it under your armpit, and it will take input from your body. It will process it, and that small screen will give you the output. It will give you the output. We also have this weighing scale. The weighing scale. The first one is used to weigh human beings. You stand on it, you step on it with your 2 feet, and then your weight will be recorded at the screen where you have the 0. And we have the other one with the red base. We use it to weigh foodstuffs and other objects. So they are all examples of computer. Putting load inside is the input. It will process, and then you have the output on the screen over there. So these are some examples of computers, and they all fit into the definition that we had. So right now let's look at the parts of a computer. Parts of a computer. This is a desktop computer. And what are its parts? 1. Every computer should have an input device through which data can be sent into the computer system. And here the keyboard is the input device, which helps us to feed data. The mouse here is also an input device. And as we go on with the lessons, you will go deeper into input devices and all the devices that computer uses. So a computer must get an input device, and with the case of the desktop computer, is the keyboard and the mouse. Then we have the system unit. The case, the black case you see there, is the system unit, and the system unit contains the CPU, that is the processor. You see the processor in front of the system unit. That's the processing when the data is being fed into the computer system. Then you have your monitor here as the output device. That's the television size device that you see. It's the output because it shows you whatever you are doing with the computer, and after processing, it's the monitor that will show you that your data is being processed and truly processing has taken place. And we said in the definition that computer stores the output. So you see the device at the top of the system unit, that is the hard disk, that is responsible for the storage. So a computer must have an input device, it must have a processing device, an output device, and a storage device and media. So these are part of. So if you take your phone, your screen, the touch screen serves as input and output, and there is a processor inside. If you check the system of your phone, about the phone, if you go to settings and you look at about the phone, you will see the processor, the name of the processor there. So viewers, these are the parts of a computer system. Now let's look at, in a quick brief, the summary of our lesson. Viewers, we talk about what a computer is, that a computer is an electronic device that accepts data, processes the data, gives us output, stores the data for immediate or later use. We also looked at some examples of computers: the desktop, the laptop, the tablet, the phablet, weighing scale, the thermometer, video game console are all examples of computers. And we also looked at parts of a computer. So the computer must have an input device that accepts, feed data into the computer, a processing device, an output device, and a storage device and media. So viewers, I hope you enjoyed this first lesson, lesson 1 of our ICT lesson. Now, let's take this homework. Take your pen or book and then write this homework down. 1. What is a computer? What is a computer? 2. State 3 functions performed by a computer, and that functions can be found inside the definition of the computer. And then you also have named 3 examples of computers. So what is a computer? State 3 functions performed by a computer and name 3 examples of computers. So take this homework and then make sure you do it. Now, we are introducing this one too. You see this link on your screen. Just copy it. Copy this link. https semicolon 2 backslashes forms forms.office.com /r capital M T U S K capital S I capital J M capital S. Copy this link down. Just paste it in your web browser where you have your web address. Paste it there. It will give you an assignment to do. Paste it there. It will give you an assignment to do. And in fact, we are going to reward people with high marks. You see some questions there. Try them. If you try them, your results will come to Capdale, and we are going to reward those with high marks. So make sure you copy this link down. Copy it as you see it. Copy it as you see it. Paste it inside your web browser like Mozilla Firefox, Opera, Safari, Microsoft Edge, and the rest of the browsers that you have. Paste it there, and then just click on go, and then it will open an assignment for you to do. And immediately you finish the assignment, you will see your results there, and Capdale 2 will get your results, and we are going to reward people based on the mark they get. So I believe you have put this link down. I believe you have finished putting this link down. So viewers, we have come to the end of lesson 1 of our ICT lesson, that is Computing Fundamentals or ICT for Beginners. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Until we meet again for lesson 2 of this ICT lessons, this is your teacher Ernest Atto Benton. Bye bye.